Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marcy. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. Always showing up, sharing your girl some love. We have something extremely exciting today, right along with Dries Van Noten, Ex Nihilo, Kayali, M.O.A.P.C, Xerjoff. There's Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. Some of my favorite fragrance houses, and they are in my top 3. I love Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. And if you guys know, and if you've been following me for a long time, Toast from Zanzibar is my favorite fragrance in my entire collection. So how could they not be amongst my favorite fragrance houses? So please grab your coffee, tea, champagne, water, whatever, popcorn. Sit back, relax, and watch me give you details on the new Midnight City series by Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. There are 5 in the collection. I will talk about one of them that is not in the collection. That is a Les Sentiers launch and limited release. So we're going to talk about that one as well. And then I'll give you a brief description on some of their other ones. So, like I said, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you leave some comments on which one of these of the Midnight City series that you love to discover. Please like, turn on those notification bells, all that good stuff. Y'all, and let's get started with one of my beloved favorite fragrance houses, Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. So you guys know, disclaimer, you guys know, so we can get this out of the way. These are 2 of my top favorites before this collection, okay? Toast from Zanzibar will always have my heart. So Toast from Zanzibar is my favorite fragrance in my entire collection. And Trouble in Paradise, this is by Shadi Samra. And I think Shadi Samra, he also did the Les Sentiers release that we're going to discuss in a little bit as well. Yes, we're going to discuss that. So this is one of my favorite mango scents. This is one of my favorite mojito like guava scents. This is mango, leather, and oud, and they're absolutely beautiful. They're amazing and so tropical and great for the summer. Now, some of my other favorites are London, which is their very first scent that I can remember. And then we have the latest one that they dropped last before this Midnight City series collection. And this one is called, Chai Desert. This is more of like a rose, raspberry, oud, kind of gives you that Middle Eastern vibe. Love this one as well, but it's like a fruity, kind of rose, oudy, warm, spicy, incense myrrh type vibe. Love this, but you gotta love a heavier fragrance to love this one, and loads of saffron as well. Now, London is more of like a coffee, warm, ambery, spicy scent. Absolutely love London. So if you want coffee in your fragrance, but you don't want it to be like heavy on the coffee, then try London. This is absolutely beautiful. Now their tops, their caps, this has like the tree of life inside, which drew me to the fragrance house even more. The caps that they have now in the 50 ml bottles, and they will be having the 75 ml bottles. I think with some of the fragrances, maybe not all of them, but I'm not quite sure yet. But we have the 75 ml bottles here today. So these caps have ridges on them, and then they still have like the tree of life there. But these have ridges across the top. So remember that when we talk about other things. So the next one is A Night in Marrakesh. I have to make sure I get these labels right. A Night in Marrakesh is caramel, saffron. It's spicy. It kind of reminds you like the Marrakesh souks, but just with a little sweetness, vanilla, spices. I think there may be myrrh in here as well. I think there may be some caramel, a little bit of coffee in here as well, but it's not as coffee-esque as London. But I love this one as well. But this one is heavier on like the myrrh and possible frankincense, and I love wearing this. Definitely gives you that Oman frankincense type vibe, but love it as well. This was actually my second one from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. I fell in love with Toast from Zanzibar, and y'all, I went ham, and I decided to order this one. I ordered a sample kit, and then I jumped into buying this one. Now, what I can say about these fragrances, beyond the Pashtun Summit, I don't have. It's a beautiful pomegranate and leather, so get your nose on that one if you are a leather fan. I do want that one in my collection at a later date. But yes, it's a juicy pomegranate leather. I think there may be some rose in there as well. It is beautiful if you're a leather fan, because it's a pretty substantial leather in Beyond the Pashtun Summit, and a pomegranate as well. So A Night in Marrakesh. Do not judge any of these fragrances by the opening. The opening to me initially was a bit, because I did a review, like a story review when I first purchased this many years ago. The opening to me was a bit dry because of the myrrh and the frankincense, but then as it settled on my skin, it became gorgeous. And I was like, you know what? I said, I gotta go back and do another review because I did not let this settle on my skin. So the next one that is really slept on is called Musk Mantra. This is more of like a fresh animalic, paper clean like musk. If you like fragrances like L'Eau Papier by Diptyque, very fresh, clean, but it definitely has a slight animalic musk presence. So you gotta be, there's synthetic deer musk in here. It is not the real deer musk. It gives a little bit of a creamy, irisy, clean, paper-like, white linen-like cloth synthetic feel, but it is a true musk fragrance, and this one is for my musk lovers. The next one they had, or last summer they had the Ocean series, and Indian Vetiver out of the Ocean series was my favorite. It had a, I think it had like some coconut water. There's vetiver in here, but the vetiver, do not be afraid of the vetiver. It is very smooth, lush, aquatic, fresh, slightly blue, a little sweet, and there's some fruits in here as well. I don't know if it's apricot or like a lush tangerine, but it is absolutely gorgeous, and it's amazing for the summer. So now we're going to talk about, we'll get to the Les Sentiers last, okay? But this is absolutely gorgeous as well. So now we are going to talk about their latest release, because I knew people would ask me about some of the other fragrances in their collection. And I will try to link all the videos that I have on YouTube down below on this post. So their latest release, sorry about the fingerprints, y'all, comes in a completely different box. This is the Midnight City Series collection. I am so happy that they changed the box, the color of the bottle, all of that. It's so luxurious. It is so opulent. This fragrance collection speaks of opulence and just sophistication. So love the packaging. If you guys know, the other packaging is like a white or an off-white packaging. Love all the gold lines running through it. Now the bottle's a bit different. They also, look at this. Look at this. It is absolutely gorgeous. The Tree of Life is on all. I had oily fingers earlier, so sorry about that. I haven't got to wipe that off. Now, I've already gone through these cards. Now, this is how it opens up. It feels like a felt in the inside, so it's very secure with the packaging. Then it comes with, I stuffed all the cards in here for the review. Then it comes with all of the cards in this little envelope here, which is very good for us reviewers, or just if you want to know some of the notes on the fragrances, or just learn about fragrances in general, because you should. Now it sits very tight and secure here. And the bottle, y'all. So like I said, on the other one, the bottle's gorgeous, okay? Let me just shine it up really quick, because I did a reel over on Instagram, so I was like touching it a bit. So this bottle is absolutely stunning. It's a dark blue. Sorry, my fingerprints are all over it. But like I said, I was like touching it. I should have, but anyway, it is absolutely gorgeous. And this is a 75 ml extrait. And like I said, the tops on the ones that are not a part of the Midnight City series, they have like a beveledness to them, a rigidness to them, if you can hear that. The tops on the Midnight City series, it still has the Tree of Life, and they are very smooth. Now, these fragrances you can hold by the top, okay? So the top is very secure on here, and it's pretty tight. So it also has M.O.A.P.C on the back, Memoirs of a Perfume Collector, and this is more like a heavy duty, I think this is a plaque or a sticker. I don't remember, you guys, but I think it's like it feels like a plaque, like a metal plaque, but I think it may be a little bit of a sticker, and I'm not gonna attempt to peel it off. So the very first one we're gonna talk about. Now, I've been smelling these samples since the beginning of the year. And I knew this fragrance collection was going to come out. And I was so excited. When I smelled every single one of these, I let a couple of my colleagues smell them as well. A couple of other fragrance lovers, and they were in love with them as well. But when I tell you, I just wanted to spray these just until they were completely empty. And I loved every single one. Was a love upon first sniff. I was like, you know what? I'm so excited. You guys did an amazing job. So we won't go through the perfumers today, but maybe I can probably list some of the ones down. So like I said, it comes in this little package, and then you have all of your cards with the names. So let's get the elephant out of the room, okay? It is summertime, not the elephant out of the room. So anyway, we're just gonna talk about it, and I'll let you guys know which ones are my favorites. So the very first one we're gonna talk about, number one, these fragrances are inspired by cities traveled by the creative directors and the founders of Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. They're always traveling all over the place. They're world travelers. A lot of their fragrances are inspired. I remember talking to one of them about Zanzibar. He was in Zanzibar and he said, I definitely want to go back to Zanzibar. I took that fragrance to Zanzibar with me and had the most amazing time with the Maasai tribe. If you know me, then you know my story, okay? So the very first one we're going to talk about, there's Tokyo. There is Tokyo. It has one of the major notes in Tokyo is orris. Then you have Rio de Janeiro, which is passion fruit. Then you have Riyadh, which is oud. Then you have New York, which is cedar, and London, which is rose. And I love them all. So let's talk about Rio de Janeiro since it's summer in California. Now, this is not just your average passion fruit fragrance. When I smelled this, it was just juicy passion fruit, a little spicy, zesty. So the notes in Rio de Janeiro, which is this bottle here, like I said, I love, love, love these bottles. So in Rio de Janeiro, you have your almond, passion fruit, cassis, pineapple, coconut, rose, lily of the valley. That gives it its oomph and its greenness and that juiciness as well. There's guaiac wood, which is oud, and you kind of get a little bit of a nuance of that woody, almost minimal, slightly oudiness, but very minimal. But it just gives it more of a perfumey vibe. And then you have your sandalwood, musk, vanilla, amber, and olibanum. Now, do not be afraid of the olibanum in this fragrance. What I get from this fragrance is passion fruit. If you like the passion fruit in like oud maracuja minus the leather, with a bit of a florals and a slight, if you like, I would say Trouble in Paradise. Just imagine Trouble in Paradise with passion fruit. It's beautiful. It's woody. You get a little bit of that rose, a little bit of a slight minimal oudy vibe. Even if you don't like oud, I think, or guaiac wood, I think that you would love this fragrance. But it's very fresh. It's completely unisex. It's zesty, it's bright, it's vibrant, and it's absolutely amazing. But you get a hefty dose of passion fruit. One of the fragrances that I love by, what's this fragrance house called? If you like the passion fruit in here, then you're gonna love this, is by Matier Premier Gantier. And it's called Fraîche Passiflora. So it gives you that vibe of Fraîche Passiflora. But to me, Rio de Janeiro is just a little more complex. Fraîche Passiflora is juicy, vibrant, fresh fruits. This one, you get those beautiful florals. You get, you know, those woods. You get that juicy fruit. It almost smells like peaches and passion fruit. And citruses and like mandarin and clementine. It is absolutely gorgeous. So get your nose. It smells like summertime. It smells like a tropical island. It smells like a tropical vacation. So get your nose on Rio de Janeiro. It smells like you should be wearing this on turquoise waters. So anyway, that is Rio de Janeiro, full of juicy passion fruit. So the next one we're going to talk about is Riyadh. And I was very shocked when I smelled Riyadh because it lists the notes of oud as one of its main players. So In Riyadh, you have your geranium, mandarin leaf, ylang ylang, which I absolutely love. Typh rose, orange flower. You get that orange flower absolute in this fragrance, and I love it. It smells of vanilla, orange flower, rose. It's a little sweet. It's creamy. It is everything. So you have your vanilla flower. Like I said, I get loads of vanilla. Almond, birch leaf tuberose. So this is for my tuberose lover, my tuberose and orange flower lovers. You also get some cedarwood, patchouli, cypress labdanum, white musk, frankincense, amber, cacao. This fragrance has everything, y'all. Salt and a royal sultan blend, which I'm thinking that's just like the oudi blend. But you guys, where's the oud? I don't know. But anyway, this Riyadh, y'all, Riyadh, when I tell you, every single fragrance in the City Series collection is outstanding. So, and look at the, I really don't want to waste the juice, but I'm going to show y'all the atomizer one time, okay? One time. Look at that atomizer, or maybe I should just, can I spray it this way? Look. Oof. I don't want to waste it. I have to spray it. It's woody, it's fresh, it's floral, it's creamy. There's a slight almondy nuance. Now, this one to me leans feminine, but I would love a man with wearing this fragrance as well. It is absolutely stunning. It almost smells irisy. I don't know if I read iris, but I definitely get that orange flower, type rose, vanilla, a little tuberose. It's very woody, fresh. It's effervescent. It is absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, the ylang ylang in here probably just makes it a little solar. It's a slight hint of very lush greenery in this fragrance. And y'all, Riyadh is freaking amazing. All of these are amazing, and they did an amazing job. And I'm not saying that just because it's my favorite fragrance house. We've gone through so many fragrances, me and this team, where I was like, I don't like this one. I'm not too sure about this one. I'm gonna send this one to somebody else. So, but anyway, Riyadh is stunning. The longevity on their fragrances are outstanding. So get your nose on Riyadh if you are a floral, typh rose, tuberose, orange flower, vanilla, slightly creamy, almondy, yet woody, zesty, effervescent, just amazing. Get your nose on this fragrance. But what I do smell in this fragrance are a lot of the florals and the sweetness, and it's very creamy and just very luscious. So Riyadh's amazing. All right, so the next one we're gonna go to is New York, okay? So when I smell New York, I almost fell out of my chair. I literally almost fell out of my chair, okay? So New York, you have your bergamot blue sage, shimu pepper, cumin, forget about the cumin, elemi, you have your Indian oud, you have some lichin absolute, I don't even know what that is, y'all. Sequoia tree bark. Oh, y'all, literally, I get all of that. Okay. Incense musk, vetiver, cedarwood, sandalwood, amber, patchouli, and labdanum. When I tell you, stunning across the board. I've never smelled anything aside from the passion fruit. Because the passion fruit note is prominent. So I got similar vibes of other fragrances because of that passion fruit note. But Riyadh, gorgeous. New York is gonna win the award of the year, okay? It's gonna win the award of the year. New York, it's stunning. It's woody, it's zesty, it's refreshing, it's a bit dark, mysterious, and yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. And let me go ahead and spray New York on my wrist. These atomizers are fire. They blow out like a whole mist. So New York. I wanna sing "Start Spreading the News." Anyway, this is so good. The woodiness in this fragrance is a little spicy, very fresh, very uplifting, very vibrant, yet mysterious and dark, very sexy. New York is extremely sexy. There's some beautiful florals. It's green, it's fresh, It's light, it's airy, but has a lot of depth. You know, like you're walking through Central Park and you're breathing in like trees and lush and greenery and a beautiful woman, or all blended in with that beautiful man. Like, it is absolutely stunning. And did I say there were florals in New York? No. So the incense is not too heavy in here. I think it's that sequoia tree bark that I'm smelling, that I'm obsessed with, and that Indian oud. But that oud, it's not even, I was gonna say, it ain't even heavy on the oud, y'all. It's the perfect amount of oud to make it woody. But y'all, obsessed with New York. Very refreshing. Now this one is straight up unisex, but y'all, it's so my unisex vibe. Okay. So anyway, get your nose on New York. The clary sage, I think it's clary sage, or the blue sage, and the cumin. I don't get to pick up a lot of cumin in that fragrance, but I am a cumin lover, but I don't pick up a lot of cumin. I think there's cumin or coumarin or something in Bianco Latte. It gets like that creamy, slightly animalic, spicy vibe. I don't get that in there. Neither does the sage. It's all blended to perfection and very well. So the next one we're going to talk about is, let me just pick this up, Tokyo. Now, this one is for my iris lovers. And when I tell you, this one makes me fall in love. This one's romance. This is the most romantic, like, what do you call those romance Japanese novels or stories, or, you know, Asian novels or stories? This says romance me. This says buy me the most luxurious bag. This says I'm elegant. This speaks of sophistication, opulence, all of that. So in Tokyo, you guys, I'm not being dramatic. I'm just super excited because I love every single one of these, and like they speak to my soul, literally. Okay. So, I'm surprised I'm not even like sweating like crazy because I'm so excited. So anyway, in Tokyo, you got Calabrian bergamot, which is my favorite bergamot. Okay. It gives you more of a creamy vibe, that creamy, uplifting, bright, zesty, fresh vibe, the Calabrian bergamot, instead of just smelling like, bergamot, like citrus. So Calabria bergamot, you have your ambrette seed, geranium, Orris Absolute, Bulgarian Rose, Tonka Bean Mimosa, Madagascar Vanilla. Ooh, there's oud in all of these, y'all, but do not be afraid. I am here to tell you, do not be afraid of the oud. One thing I love about Memoirs of a Perfume Collector, when they choose their perfumers, they choose the master perfumers as well. Shadi Samra, which they work with all the time, is one of my favorite perfumers. I don't know how many of these fragrances he did, but I love them. And there's several ouds in a lot of their fragrances, and you don't pick them up, especially in Trouble in Paradise. It just gives it a little more woodiness, a little more backbone and depth. So anyway, let me finish. Madagascar Vanilla, and you get a load of that in here. Sandalwood, Hinoki, and oud. Now, forget the ouds, forget the woodiness. I'm getting freshness, slight airiness, loads of creamy vanilla, smooth, buttery sandalwood, buttery orris. It's like orris butter. You get a little bit of that rose in there that kind of cuts through that creaminess. Y'all, Tokyo is absolutely stunning. I've worn this multiple times already. I've worn all of these fragrances already, except for Rio de Janeiro, because that was an additive later on. But when I tell you Tokyo, it's not too lipsticky. It smells organic, fresh. It gives that creamy vibe. Maybe a slight hint, because I don't like iris smelling like makeup at all. So it gives you a slight hint of like a clean and organic, a natural lipstick, but the iris mixed with the vanilla and the buttery sandalwood. And they said the oud, but I don't get it. That Madagascar Vanilla is heavy in here. And it is, the ambrette seed is there to make it creamy. The Calabrian bergamot, I think it just comes to give it a little more freshness and brightness, but you don't get like a heavy citrus in this fragrance as well. The base is literally, like the fragrance is literally To me, orris butter, orris root, buttery sandalwood, vanilla, and some beautiful woods. And it's amazing. So anyway, last but not least, we are going to chat about London, okay? So in London, this is London here. Thank you to Memoirs and the team for sending me over these amazing fragrances. They know that I love them. I love you guys. They love me. Y'all, it's mutual feelings, okay? Love the brand. So I've been talking about them for so long, at least, I don't know, probably about almost 4 years now. And I'm so glad that they are getting the hype that they deserve, especially with Tales from Zanzibar, like my favorite. I'm like, why do people, London, like, get your nose. They have sample kits for the other fragrances. They're all extracts, okay? Except for, these are called Cologne Intense. So the Ocean series is Cologne Intense fragrances. But all of their other fragrances are all extrait de parfums as well. Even though they're extrait de parfums, I think the City series, the Midnight City series, there's a higher concentration of oil in these fragrances that I remember. But anyway, we're going to consider them all extrait de parfums. So in London, which is gorgeous, okay? Very elegant. Now to me, if you are a rose lover, then you need to go for London. So, and I think that's the base of the most prominent note in the fragrance. So you have Typh. My favorite rose is Typh Rose, and they've used Typh Rose, I think, in RIYADH and another one, and they use Typh Rose in this one as well. I love Typh Rose. Typh Rose is very clean. It smells pink to me. It gives a warm, spicy, almost like there's a pink pepper and a rose blend to me in Typh Rose with a little bit of greenness. But Typh Rose to me smells very lush, and that is why it is my favorite rose of them all. So there's Typh Rose Petals. There's Yellow Orchid, Jasmine Sambac. There's more Typh Rose Absolute in the Heart, White Peonies, Magnolia, Red Geranium, Saffron, Coriander, Marigold, Black Tea. Wow, I didn't know there was black tea in here. Sandalwood, and a Royal Sultan blend. Yeah, I should have got information on that Royal Sultan blend because I have no idea what that is, okay? So let's see. Now, I've sprayed Typh Rose. I've worn Typh Rose once. I've tested it multiple times. So the atomizers, oh my gosh, are amazing. So, oh gosh, Typh Rose. If you are a rose lover, it's bright, fresh, zesty. There's a bit of a solar light vibe to this. A little sweet, almost like a sweet rose, the sweetest woman that you'll ever meet, okay? And all pink, and you know, she's very vibrant and full of life. Typh Rose smells very full of life. It smells like you're in Grasse, or I would say I don't know if there's Typh Roses in Grasse. I know there are a lot of lavender fields, but this smells like you're in Oman. I think they harvest a lot of Typh Roses in Oman. It smells like you're running through the fields of Oman with all the lush Typh Roses, the green stems, the wood vines, the spices, the freshness, the sun's out. It's beaming. The sun is beaming off the radiant Typh Roses, making them waft in the air, smelling very lush. Yeah, this smells like a whole Sound of Music moment, okay? So if you know the movie, The Sound of Music. So it is so good. And it is literally, y'all, this is going to be one of my top 10 rose fragrances. So if you like fragrances like, I would say Royal Crown's Alchemia, but this brings so much more depth. Alchemia has peach, a little oud, and the Typh Rose, this is woody, fresh, lush. It brings so much more to the Typh Rose, a little sweet and creamy. I think that coriander makes it creamy. I think there was coriander in here. Yellow Orchid, whatever it is, the saffron is probably there just to make it zesty and fresh. Anyway, this is absolutely gorgeous, and this one is for my rose lovers. Let me know, like I said, which one of the ones you are interested in down in the comments. Now that is the complete Midnight City Series collection. I hope they continue this collection because it is absolutely amazing. Not only the bottles, they smell refined. Their fragrances are exquisite anyway, very luxurious. But there's something about this City Series collection, the atomizer, the bottle, like everything, the juice, they smell very refined and luxurious. And I'm here for it all, y'all. If I ran out of any of these, I would probably buy it again, or maybe I would ask them to send it. But anyway, I would definitely buy it again. Now, let me give you my top three. It is so hard to pick, but my top three, my number one is New York. New York, Riyadh, and Tokyo. I love Passion. I love Rio as well. I think, you guys, it's just so hard. So yeah, London, I absolutely love, and Rio, I love, but Riyadh, there's an elegance to Riyadh, there's an elegance to Tokyo, and there's an elegance to New York that is unmatched, but those are elegant as well, and I'm obsessed with all five of them. So let's go on, because you can actually order, this was made just for, this was a special launch just for Les Sentiers. And I know the perfumer behind this brand is Shadi Samra. And it says, let me read to you what it says. This is Belgravia Iris, number 1. But I thought maybe like the inspiration. I know this was made specifically for Les Sentiers over in London. I did visit London. I visit Les Sentiers, and I absolutely love the store. I love going there more than I love going to Harrods, okay? Because it's just so warm. They're so inviting. The store's so vibrant, and it's on a beautiful street. I don't even know the name of the street, but it's on a very elegant street where I have the most amazing food, desserts. Another fragrance store that's on that street is Joe Loves, which was the former Joe Malone. You guys go support Joe Loves. Love her. So anyway, this is the Les Sentiers release, the collaboration with Les Sentiers, and this is a 75 ml bottle, and this is Belgravia Iris. Now, the difference between the two irises, the difference between this and Tokyo, they're completely different, so you can have them both, okay? Now, it comes in the original. It's a 75 ml bottle, but it definitely has the original cap with the ridges on it, or the, whatever you want to call these, the same top, but this one has ridges. It's not smooth like the City Series collection. There is the picture in the back, and it's so cute. That's the picture of the store Les Sentiers. It's like turquoise or like a Tiffany blue on the outside. And I took some beautiful pictures in Les Sentiers last year. And I think I may do a review and then post that picture on Instagram as well. So anyway, so in this fragrance, Belgravia Iris, and it's such an elegant fragrance, just like the street that Les Sentiers sits on, and the area that the boutique is in. A beautiful, gorgeous boutique. It actually has on the cards. Pay attention to the detail, y'all. Literally, I didn't show you the City Series cards, sorry. So on the City Series cards, there's the emblem, and it's like that midnight navy blue, or midnight blue, like the bottles. And then on Les Sentiers cards, you actually have the store. How clever is this, okay? So anyway, Belgravia Iris, when I smelled this, my eyes roll back into my head. This smells like waves of silk. This smells historical, not as in vintage, as in like this needs to be around forever. This is the silkiest. It's opulent. It is just absolutely stunning. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this on one of these fingers because I'm smelling like everything over here. So the atomizer is the same as the City Series, and you guys, it's so fresh, it's juicy, it's mouth-watering, it's elegant, it's creamy, it's soft, it's silky, it's perfection, okay? It is literally perfection. So in Belgravia Iris, let me see if I can pull the notes up for you. So it smells like iris in here, so I'm assuming Belgravia Iris, but it's different, okay? Two completely different fragrances. So there's mandarin, lemon, bergamot, ginger, neroli. That's probably what that freshness is that I get in the opening. It's a light citrus. It is not heavy on the citrus. It is very light, smooth, and very refined. Mandarin, bergamot, lemon, ginger, neroli, orange, iris, violet. Even if you're not a violet lover, because I know people are sensitive to violet, it doesn't smell like a dominant purple floral fragrance. There's patchouli, even if you're not a patchouli lover. There's mastic, that makes it creamy. Galbanum, that gives it that creamy vibe, slightly green and refreshing as well. Ambroxan, vetiver moss, cedar, incense, benzoin musk, and what is this? Scalarin? I don't know what that is, okay? So it's beautiful. You get a little bit of iris, you get a beautiful lush citrus, you get some woods. It's not heavy on any of the notes I listed, but you do get a fresh, creamy, it's not even a zesty fragrance. This literally smells like waves of silk. It's giving like ocean vibes, waves of silk. This smells like the prettiest Victorian dress that they used to wear back in like the 1800s, like lace. This smells like waves of lace and silk. And I'm absolutely obsessed over this one. Again, y'all, Memoirs, do not sleep on this fragrance house. They have some stunning, they have stunning releases right now. I know the Midnight City series is on pre-order. Belgravia Iris, you can actually purchase that one right away. If you're in London, if you're in the US, they ship to the US, okay? I'm not sure if they're going to be at Lucky Scent right now. They probably will not be at any other retailer, but you can definitely order from London, okay? I will link everything down below. But this one smells like waves of silk and lace. It smells Victorian. It smells opulent. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm in love. I'm in love. This smells like a love story, literally like a love story. It is absolutely gorgeous. So get your nose on this. To me, this one definitely leans, everything's unisex, y'all, but this one to me leans slightly feminine, but it's unisex. I'm gonna just say it's straight up unisex because you got those citruses, iris, a little bit of powderiness and creaminess from the violet, the mastic, the galbanum, straight up unisex, but it's creeping over there to smelling like real beautiful like me, y'all. So anyway, I'm talking about personality, not looks, okay? Anyway, thank you, you guys. And get your nose on these fragrances. I love Memoirs of a Perfume Collector, the brand, the owner, everything about them. So get your nose on some of these fragrances. And I am not sure, hopefully later on, they'll be coming out with a discovery set of the Midnight City series. Right now, I don't see a discovery set. You may be able to order samples online. I am not sure. But right now, bottles. So if you trust me, you trust my taste, you like those notes, then you can go and order a blind buy if you want, because I probably would have. Anyway, go on to the world, spread amazing, CEDAR, do good, be good, all of that, and get your nose on these fragrances. I love you all. Bye-bye.